Hi folks, and welcome back to some more Ultimate General Revolution. I hope you're enjoying this series. I'm actually having a great time with the game. I try and figure out how it works. So, last episode, we saw the Continental Army take Boston, and it currently sits there, but there's a big British army to the north, and there's a scattered but weak British army to the west towards Leicester. Do we try and take on the big boys and try and hold Boston, or do we skedaddle and try and pick off the weaker units? Let me know your thoughts as we jump into the next episode's worth of action. So we find ourselves with a bit of a predicament here with 3,500 men in Boston. I think it's unlikely that we'll hold it because I can count probably the best part of 3,000 British regulars up there. We don't know what state they're in because they may well be hungry. They have been slightly cut off from supplies with those holding Portsmouth, which is great, but that's not going to hold for much longer because we didn't leave any forces up there. There'll be something remaining at Fort Stevens, and we have one militia regiment that's fleeing up here, but it looks like it's being pursued by the enemy, so we don't know what's going to happen to them. They may turn up, they may be destroyed. That'll be sad. That will be sad. Down in Hertford, we have some new militias. We've got the Redfield Rangers, we've got the John B. Regulars, welcome to the game, and we've also got Ghostie's Rangers. Hertford is kind of my base of operations, so I do feel like I need to leave a decent-sized garrison in there. That's kind of important. A lot of the other towns, especially on the coast, I'm worried about garrisoning for fear of a British naval landing coming and just gobbling up the unit that's there. I'm not sure how best to proceed with garrisons, but 6,000 men, we could make a rapid advance towards Leicester and try and catch these guys and then retake Fort Stevens. But I think what would happen is that the death mob that's currently taking Portsmouth would come down and take Salem and Boston, and we'd be back to square one. However, we can't stand and take a battering from a huge army of British regulars unless we've got them at some sort of huge tactical disadvantage. So that is an issue. The forces in Boston are more or less recovered, and we could pull forces from either Hertford or Providence to meet us in Leicester. So let's do that. We've got some artillery, we've got some sharpshooters. I am going to have to leave some guys in there, I think, to protect the place. But let's see if we can turn up around about here. Oh, they haven't left yet. They don't leave until it's unpaused. We're gonna try and pull most of the army out of Boston. But I'm gonna leave some guys to reinforce because I think that's going to be really critical. So the militia are about full health. Let's get those dudes out of there. And I think we can risk marching these straight at Leicester. I don't want to lose Leicester. I'm happy to engage these guys. I'm going to leave our general sort of halfway because I would like to get some vision on what's coming. Salem will just slow this blob up. Salem, also, this is a mechanic actually. These are at risk of rebellion. This is an interesting thing about this game. See the loyalty map. So this is not a loyal area. These still want to side with the king. In those areas, we need to garrison the towns that we take, and we need to sort of make buildings that will... Sorry, I was trying to find my way back in there. That will increase the loyalty of the area. So they're definite objectives. Meanwhile, we have a stack of cash, and so we can maybe do something. We've got a schoolhouse. I'm going to use this opportunity to build a carpenter's shop because we want to try and get as many of these materials up here as possible for building new stuff. Now, at the moment, we can't do any fantastic infrastructure. Oh no, that's something we captured. That's not that we weren't actually trying to build that in Boston. That is something that we captured. And I don't think that we can afford to build anything new in there. No, not enough resources. There would be production for factories, agriculture, which I don't think is the way to go there because I don't think we have any resources of grain, particularly. It helps, I'm sure it helps. But I suspect that focusing those sort of infrastructure increases in areas that have the appropriate resource might be better. Let me know your thoughts. You may well know differently. I'm going to bring some forces up. This is risky, but we're going to bring the Jackdaw Rifles out of Providence just to have a little look. Right, let's go. Play. Pause. Just to get the units out. Oh, those guys are coming anyway, so that's fine. Those guys are coming. Okay, I'm going to play it slowly because I want to have a look. So, Leicester's going to fall, we suspect. No, we're going to get the units out of there quickly. Let's bring a general over so I can actually get involved in this. Right, they're coming. We've got the militia arriving. If Leicester falls, I can accept that. We're going to get a fight here. This is going to be good. This is going to be good, I think. Yep, let's fight this. So, Leicester will fall. That's okay. But if we can destroy these two regiments under Grant and Nowell, then this will be amazing. We don't need to merge the infantry for this. We're going to have as many companies as possible. Let's fight the battle. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, folks. The game crashed as we loaded into the battle there. It might have been my fault. Might not have been the game's fault, because I alt-tabbed to look at a list of regimental names that you guys have selected. So we will blame that one on me, not so much on the game. Now then, we need to get people deployed into action. Let's put the artillery front and centre where we like them. Actually, we'll put those guys over like that. And then everything here will form a line. That's going to look bad, but we can redeploy them. That's fine. That's fine. And let's get everything up front. So we need to swarm over the enemy. Pause. As soon as that starts, we pause. So we're assuming that the enemy are going to be directly ahead of us. A good place, if we're going to go onto the offensive, it says we hold that location. Let's move forward where we can see. I don't know if artillery units gain the advantage of cover like infantry do. But what we want is just a nice line facing the enemy to start with. And then we want to overwhelm them through numbers, which we're going to do just by good old advance. Right, let's speed up and see what we can find. Did I bring old Marcus von Mark up? Of his German heritage all of a sudden? Marcus von Mark. No, I don't think that sounds quite so good. Oh, we've seen the enemy. And they're coming on. They're coming on fast. Hold the line, boys. In fact, playing at double speed here. Open fire. Right, we'll play at normal speed so I can actually get my guys into battle. And I would like you to run. The enemy are going for it. Okay, I don't think we're going to achieve anything. We're not going to be able to outrun those dudes. That looked very much like the artillery just... Am I on the... I think I'm on the reverse slope of a hill here, and I think the artillery just did an awesome maneuver where they just shoot the hill in front of them. Okay. Right, let's just make sure everyone is halted. We're going to wait for the condition to return to full. What we need to develop is cavalry. You guys, as long as... Don't waste any more ammunition, chaps. Condition's full there. Condition's full there. So we inflicted the most pitiful of victories on them, but, I mean, this is kind of what the battles go like now. I wonder if I'd have been better just openly skirmishing on the main map there, because I don't think the enemy can retreat out of that. At least not so easily. In the town squares and village halls, recruiting officers engage communities with impassioned speeches and fervent calls to action. They underscore the urgency of the cause and articulate a vision of a liberated America that resonates deeply within their audience. We have a captain. Excellent. So these guys are on the retreat. Yeah, we absolutely need to try and get this to be a thing now. Let's see if we can go take Leicester. At least get those guys involved. Right. So, well done for pointing out in the comments, because I had missed this, that I'd built a ship and it had engaged in naval combat, and that was... I hadn't even noticed. We've been hearing the sound of ships' gunfire off the coast since the start of the game, and I've had no navy to do anything with. So I hadn't even realised the ship I'd been building had been completed, let alone then being put out to work. So we're trying to build an unrated cutter, another one. It does require guns and stuff. It'll tell me if we're missing anything. I'll try and keep an eye out for it finishing this time and see if we can actually put it to some better use. Providence, can we raise a militia regiment? We can. So, oh, this guy's good. Zacchaeus Amson. Let me have a look. Do we have a job for him at headquarters? Let me click on someone who's not so great. Chief of Intelligence is not so great. But then I don't think we've got anyone better. Yes, we have. This guy is almost twice as good. He's taking over, which should increase the speed of developing the secret committee. Do you know what? It's going to cost me 16 yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, but not through that screen. It's that one there. There we go. Spend the points. I want to try and keep this reputation at around about 100, which will give us some leeway in case I bugger it up, and I don't want to get sacked, because that is a way of ending the game, I should say. So we need to watch out for that. We do a militia regiment, so we've got the choice of 2 guys. He's better, so let's put him in. We'll just put regular militia. We've got 1,000 civilian muskets in stock. Let's create. Can we do 2 of those, actually? I mean, we may as well have these dudes in. Yeah, we have the required guns, so let's put some sharpshooters into this. There we go. Create. So there's my officers. They'll form up in Providence. So can we keep a close bead on what's going on here? Leicester's going to fall. Okay, it has annoyingly fallen. Well, let's make sure we scoop these up while the rest of the army engages this lot at Leicester. I'm going to let them just openly skirmish because we vastly outnumber them. And I want to see how that plays out, because I think it's going to play out to our advantage. Especially as we have reinforcements. Well, they've routed. So, interesting. I'm not quite sure. Because my men get tangled up in those skirmishes, and we can't get out for love nor money when that happens. It goes really bad. Okay, approach Leicester. Everyone approach Leicester. We've left Boston empty. I'm tempted to go back and take Fort Stevens. Do we know? Just pause a minute. We've got some news. Project Secret Committee is committed. We'll look at that. Construction dock in Boston repaired. Leicester was lost. Portsmouth. We knew that. We knew that. We knew that one. Not enough resources for production, which I'm going to guess is a lack of textiles. And not all factories and shipyards are used. Do we have more, like? I don't know. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. I'll tell you what I do want to make. Let's just make sure we're on pause, actually. Let's go back to that one. So, civilian muskets. Let me take one factory off there. And I would like to make... Oh, I could actually get them making ammunition? Nice. I need horses, wood, and gold. So we can do this. So I can't remember how many I needed. Does it say how many horse? It doesn't tell me how many horse I have in stock there. So we're going to make 6 wagons. And it'll hopefully tell me when that's done. Take one off. Oh, I see. Okay, I see how that works. So that's the maximum. And we've got one on there. Does it tell me... I don't know. I don't know how long that's going to take. We'll figure that out. International changes in relations. Everyone's getting upset. Tensions between the Creeks and France. I honestly don't know if I need to worry about that. Yeah, those are just tensions changing. Maybe I should be looking at that. We've been informed that our unit Bear Box Regiment, commanded by Matthew Roberts, was found dead near Hubberton. That's bad news. You'll also see now... Sorry, Bearbock. I have no control over that. That happens in the skirmishing outside of the battles. And it's a feature of the game that I need to either learn more about or just accept it is what it is. But it seems that we always get the shit end of the stick in those skirmishing. We either get trapped in battles where our guys can't retreat and then get swamped by a massive army that marches across the entire map to find them, or we seem to get destroyed, and I can't seem to pay that favour back to the enemy at all. So stuff like that sucks. We've also got 1,200 men in Boston. Where did these come from? Oh, I left them in there, didn't I? So Boston's not about to fall. We're continuing taking Leicester, and I think I'll just march my army up to Fort Stevens. There's a load of areas up here. You'll see the map's now opened out quite a bit. So there's loads of places, and we've got some new militia regiments. In fact, we should probably gather these guys up. And let's increase their standing. We need a bigger army, obviously. So, regular militia we should be able to increase, and I'm pretty sure we have the manpower. What we don't have, specialist officers. Apply that. There's an Albany militia as well. Let's increase these guys. Occasionally I'll throw in a Minuteman sharpshooter, just for fun. And the Kingston militia. All armed with good old civilian muskets, because that's pretty much all we have at the moment to play with. Right, I think that's everyone. Did we get the New Haven one? We did not. Let's put some Minutemen in there. So it's going to tell me I've got a shortage of specialists, I'm sure, at some point. But for now, we're doing okay. So Boston is held. The British Army is in Portsmouth. Oh, we've got a new load of guys up at Falmouth. Oh, this is Falmouth. This is opened up as well. Interesting. Let's have a look at the loyalty map. So the area that we've got, it's generally held for us. It's not too bad. It's this area that's the problem. So if I'm going to try and hold Boston, I'm going to need to build a printer's place in there, at least. Not enough resources, but the one we need is the printing press, which is this one, which requires 6. So we will look at that as a possibility. We've got Leicester back. They're going to have to do some repairs to get the schoolhouse. Losing places like that, even if we get them back, it might have a terrible knock-on effect on our reputation and the region's loyalty, so we need to be careful. I do not know what's going on over there. It is one of our ships, but it's not under our control. Did I do Hartfield? I do, so they'll be on recruiting. Right, as Leicester is ours, and this force looks suitable, let's make a move on Fort Stevens. I'm worried about trying to hold Salem, which is why we haven't tried to hold Salem yet. I would like to group all this militia together and go and have a go at something else, but we need... Oh, we've got a campaign objective. Capture Ticonderoga. The rumours that Fort Ticonderoga is under-defended and has a large storage of artillery that could be valuable to us. If we act quickly, we may be able to storm the fort and seize the British cannons and other critical supplies. Moreover, this fort could become our base of operations against the British occupied territory in Canada. Ooh. Ooh, we've got visions of taking Canada, eh? Nice. So we've got Leicester back. Secret committee is done. That's to be ignored. That's to be ignored. And we can assign projects at the HQ. So let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like... Oh, our secret committee. So what did that do? It's just research speed. So I can get an intelligence network, which also gives me 5% loyalty. I don't know if that's everywhere. It sounds like the one to go. I don't know if I'm in a position to build any colleges. And it gives research speed anyway, so it sounds like this is the one to choose. And the Commander-in-Chief is doing Army Innovation, which will give us the barracks. Okay. We shall march the army out. Leicester will remain undefended for the time being. Or will it? Shall I take a... I should probably take some troops from somewhere else. I don't like the idea of leaving a line regiment in Boston where it can be trapped and destroyed. Well, okay. There's a regiment leaving Fort Stevens. If we go and hit Fort Stevens, we can probably also capture Fort Lovell and Fort Rice. These guys are coming out for a fight. Perfect. Let them. What I want to do is let the condition recover, rest, regain. We've received an alliance proposal from the Cherokee. What do you think our next step should be? Cherokee and Britain are now allies? Tension between the Britain and Cherokee will decline by -16. What? Well, hang on. This doesn't apply to us then. A hard decision. Simon Jones is a notorious robber recognised for his unconventional heists. He has chosen to join us in the fight against England. I think we should close our eyes to his past because his abilities can help us. We lose reputation, but gain an officer. Can we see his stats? I don't think we should attract all the rabble. Decent people won't support you. We gain reputation. Do you know what? Officers. We're taking the officer. We're going to need a few pirates and robbers if we're going to win this war. Let me see if he's any good. Simon Jones. He's quite charismatic, I think. Is there anything that requires that? Commander-in-Chief. He's not having my job. Alright, what we could do is form... Oh, this would form a garrison at Leicester. This will do. And we're going to stick in just regular militia. Oh, hang on. We have... Right, no, cancel. We need to go to the market. Go to the market. And we need to buy some stuff. We have the money. Okay, well, we're going to need to... I'm going to buy all of the Spanish and all of the Charleville at great expense. And we're going to buy extra brown besses. I mean, civilians we can buy a lot of. How many do I need? Do you know what? We need men in the field. I'm going to go that many. That's a whole lot of money. Now we should be able to create them. Let's put him back in. We've got... Yes, we've got enough in there. So it's not taking the number of... It's taking... It basically takes 20 units of musket per company. It's not the same as the number of men in the company, which is interesting. Okay, so I should have a good stack of those guys now. So the army can form at Leicester. The army is forming at Boston. Salem is being left to its own devices. Let's try and catch these bastards. And make sure my guy is in there. If they wish to come out and have a fight... I can't see the symbol to click on here, dudes. Oh, they've got... Right, let's see if we can absolutely trash this. Here we go. Oh, now this could be nice. Could we bring a flanking force? They've got dragoons in the fort, but their infantry is deployed outside. I love that formation there. Let's take those guys and just stick them on the edge. What we really want, though, are the cannons. Oh, yes. Hang on. So drop these two lots back. Tell you what, let's put 3 back. Cannons nicely in the centre. Like that. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we've got... We'll have militia behind the cannons. And we're going to try and put line troops on the outside. Sharpshooters, or Minutemen. Let's get you guys onto the flanks, ready to go forwards. And we just need to watch out. This is all militia. That's fine. I don't actually need you on that flank. I probably need you on this flank more. You get in the middle. And let's go and see what's going on over here. Draw those down, put those guys on. Okay. Let's see what we've got. So coming from this side, there's the British Army. I've got to be prepared for poxy cavalry to come storming out there. We need to be super careful with that. Let's advance a little bit and get you to the barns. Oh, does that say... Can I actually occupy that area? It's got a little house symbol. Let's try it. Let's try and put the Minutemen in there. Meanwhile, the cannons, I want you to open fire at that guy right there. And I want you to start outflanking. What's this? What's this nonsense? Hang on a sec. Okay, I've got light infantry coming in here to attack my artillery, I think. Should we charge them? Well, they're clearly going to be driven off. Just a minute. Hold the line. Nice. I love that meaty sound of the guns. Just going to pause because there's some shit kicking off over here. Right, we've spotted the enemy cavalry force. I say let's move. Instead of trying to outflank, let's move the militia over there. I don't think we're going to get outflanked here, but let's just form a line like that. Just going to run those guys into position. Enemy is still making an effort to come on here. Hold the line. We like those hold orders. Reform on the double. Yeah. Yeah, suddenly they change their mind. Okay, they're all storming. They're all trying to storm into the fort. These guys are coming. They're going to take a volley in the face, which did absolutely nothing to them whatsoever. Okay, not good, not good. I'd say it's time to get the advance on here. Can we order a charge? Do you think we can catch them? I bet we can't. I will try ordering a charge with these guys. Meanwhile, let's get some fresh troops coming up who've not been involved in the fighting to date. And let's start pushing against that fort over there. Right, let's keep going now. We're not gonna do that, are we? No, we're not. But let's deploy. My sharpshooter's here. Not in a great position. The Minutemen. We'll call them the Minutemen. That's what they are. However, they're getting a few kills, so I feel what we need to do is form a square like this. And we'll leave you guys in the woods. Okay, those chaps seem a little bit vulnerable at the moment. Let's move them out. Oh, very good. Very good. We've got someone. Charge. See if you can catch that artillery. And you guys... Oh, do I need to use regulars to do that? Ah, so only regulars can occupy the guns? Got it. Okay, we can live with that. I like this. I like this defensive formation that we've got going here. The dragoons have charged into our boys in the woods. That's not good. We need to bring the artillery up now, where they can actually shell. Let's draw them. We want to draw them in that position, with infantry flanking to either side to protect them. We didn't quite catch the gunners, but that's okay. Can I actually occupy that house? I want to see if I can occupy that house. I can move to it. I don't think we can we occupy it? That looks very much like we can. I'm not sure. It looks like we're doing something with it. Let's try and occupy that one. I want to know if this is a thing. It looks like we're just moving around it, actually. Halt. These guys, they are definitely trying to move into it. But it doesn't seem to be achieving anything. I don't know if that's a thing in the game at the moment. It might be malfunctioning. They look like some grenadiers over there. Okay, we're getting into position to form an attack upon the enemy fortress over here. Let's get some more space over there. What I think we can do is start lining militia up on the edge of these woods. And we can definitely bring the artillery up a little bit closer like that. And we will pound away at the walls this time. Alright, let's bring you guys up as well. Like that. And the sharpshooters, yeah, you're just gonna go and target those guys over there. So we seem to be getting repeatedly charged in the woods with our Minutemen. What I think what I need to do is give them some supporting abilities from here. These guys are making a bit of a meal of trying to use the cover here. It's not what we wanted, shall we say. I mean, they're not doing so good now. Let's pull back. Let's put them on that side, and we'll just put the Minutemen over there facing the Poxy Dragoons. And now we wait for the artillery to come up, so let's speed this up a bit. Oh, we've got some extra artillery. We captured some guys down here. Let's bring that forwards. They'll take a while to get into position, I suspect. Nice. I think we've just shattered the regulars down there. The company of grenadiers. No, we haven't. Keep on it then. Keep on it, boys. Minutemen. You should be able to catch those. I mean, they're 3-star grenadiers. These are quality troops. It seems... Jesus, there's a load of stuff coming after us. Okay, so we've got dragoons just going ham everywhere. They're in amongst us. That's not quite good. That's not good. Let's see if we can chase them off. I think if we stay formed, the dragoons don't really have much effect. But if they hit us, yeah, if they hit the Minutemen, then we're in trouble. Okay, right. That's worth noting. I'm feeling confident. Let's put a grand battery up here. We've got a bit of infantry to protect the artillery over there, and we will bring up. I'm going to keep you close at hand this time. A death mob. We're going to come from this side. I'm happy for the artillery, the dragoons to keep charging us. I think we're doing some good work if we can just keep them going. This is going to get sabred to death, isn't it? Yeah, they've gone. Those guys have gone, so we kind of need to... Do we have some spare troops? We do. So let's get these. We're going to use these just to protect our rear. Like this. Against marauding dragoons. And it looks like the indestructible bunch of grenadiers has come back to cause us some more trouble. We're getting good kills. Good kills with the militia here. Right, let's focus fire on... Let's flank... No. Bad boys, sit still. Okay, so we should... I mean, these guys are not skilled with the weapons at all. So we will depart the guns, I think, once the ammunition runs out. But we should have some good flanking shots with these. It seems like nothing is having any effect. I mean, that should be the angle to shoot at these sort of units with. We've got one. What happens if I order? No, I want to shoot that one. I can't. There we go. It's really hard to actually target. It gives them move orders. I'm not quite sure. I'm obviously not clicking in just quite the right place where it's needed. We don't have any reserve troops over here. That's fine. We'll deploy these facing this way. And then we've got one lot of these. We've got one lot of reserves. Yeah, so the artillery's not really doing its job there. Let's start picking off these lot one by one. Can I also? Because that's also a good angle. And I don't know if the cannonballs bounce and hit the guys behind. But that's definitely more effective. I guess... Oh, we've got two with that shot. Can you imagine standing in line where you've got cannonballs coming rolling down the flanks like this? That would be absolutely devastating. You know, there's the opportunity here, I think, for the grand envelopment. Let's get some units. Let's actually deploy like this and get some regulars across the top. We don't want anything to escape. And if there's a possibility to completely surround that fort and capture every single one, that is what we want to try and do. So to that end, the dragoons seem to be sodded off for now. Let's deploy like that. We don't seem to have any issues with time limits, which is great. Something's trying to make a move. Okay, we got them guys. That's good. We'll focus on the next one. I think this lot just need to be closer. When we go in, we're gonna have far too many. Oh no! 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 Hang on. Just draw a line up like that. You follow as well. Just move those guys on a little bit further. There we go. I'm quite happy that we're getting the fortress completely surrounded here. This is where we want to be. I like the mini-map. We take our time. We do this properly. We let the artillery soften everything up. We do have to be aware that this will mean that we don't have a lot of artillery ammo for the rest of this campaign until these guys get resupplied. But that's something we're going to have to accept, I think. Alright, now is the time to start the attack. The enemy are definitely weakened. Let's depart the guns. Let's just put this on play, on regular speed, until we actually get this. Okay, you guys hold fire. We don't want to be firing on our own guys as we go in here. That would be terrible. You two, over the top. You lot, in like this. You lot, in like this. You lot, in like this. In we go. Speed up again. And the snare closes. Let's make sure we have our commander. Just remember, this wasn't quite so easy last time when we tried this. No, I want you shooting. I do not want you charging in like lunatics. That would be a mistake. There's a lot of people... Wait, these are surely going to surrender. Nice. Hang on. Right, so we've got a huge surrender here. I think we've got the lot. Just a minute, let's just play this. Are they going to try and get through? Some guys have broken through. Everyone else has surrendered. Nice. That is an epic surrender. We got him. Well done, boys. That's the way to do it. There's no point having units just run away to live again to fight another day. We want to take huge prisoners like that. Let's just make sure everyone is... Let's put it on full speed. We're just going to make sure everyone is now rested, ready for moving in on the global map, and then we'll jump out to the battle. So let's have a look at that. So we took 276 casualties, inflicted over 500, captured 4 guns. Well, they lost 4 guns, we'll say they captured. We did over 100 cavalry and captured over 400 troops. That was the sort of victory that the founding rebellion needs. Alright, so we are going to see what happens here. Before we press play on that one, let me see if I can move. Shall I move the naughty beavers into Salem to try and hold Salem? We do want to try and prevent it from rebelling, I guess. I'm going to take the chance. We're going to take the chance that they will actually move out there. We'll get them in a minute. It's a bit of a risk. Okay, let's make sure that some of our guys are going to go and actually capture that. And we've got the Redfield Rangers take their first upgrade. We're going to go for stamina. It seems to be a massive thing. And I'm glad we did that. Oh, wait, is that somebody else? John B. Regulars? Again, stamina. We're taking all stamina for the time being. What's this? Oh, priority of supply. Now, that's interesting. We need to see where we're going to go from next. So, taking Fort Stevens is good. We'll obviously need to put a garrison in there to hold it. And once it is ours, what we want to make sure... I think we're going to rest the troops up, get some resupply. Fort Lovell also looks quite takeable just up there. So Salem is good. Boston has the chance of rebelling now. Do we have any more officers? Oh, we can't recruit in low loyalty regions. That makes complete and utter sense. I could send one of the Providence garrisons over. Yeah, we've got 2. So I will take these guys over. How many do we need in there? We need at least 838. So we're going to try and prevent... I also want to increase the loyalty, but I am very much aware that there's a death mob brewing. Let's just make sure we get that. It's kind of fiddly that we have to arse about moving units over the individual stacks of weapons here, but I want everyone in there so that we can resupply. Should we go take a look? We've got Fort Lovell. We'll go and take a look at Fort Lovell. Please tell me. What is that? I'm hearing gunfire. Fort Stevens was captured. That doesn't tell me. That doesn't tell me. I heard musketry. Do we know where it is? Something going on at Salem. Okay, so it looks like we're in a fight at Salem. The only thing I can possibly try and do is try and charge my guy over there to see if we can spot what's going on. You can actually go in there. This will give the army an opportunity just to recover itself in Fort Stevens and gain some ammunition back. It's the artillery, I think, we'll find quite low. The Alliance of Altruists. Influential philanthropists throughout the colonies organise fundraising campaigns to acquire essential supplies. These resources are then used to procure weapons, equipment and medical supplies which are secretly delivered to loyalist forces. I'll take $1,000, thank you very much. Okay, so Salem's been knocked out. Did we get the guys back there? Yeah, the Naughty Beavers managed to retreat, so that's okay. So we can see a death squad moving around. We can also now see... Hang on. So I've got the option here of trying to face the main British army. Or do we go after Portsmouth and try and capture another lot and just knock them out bit by bit? Or do we go after the forts? See, I have 1,400 men at Boston. which we combine with the nearly 4,000 from Fort Stevens. Let's see what we've got. So I feel like I need to leave a garrison. The Redfield Rangers in one of the weaker states, the line infantry. We could get them out marching. It's a wonderful opportunity to try and take a load of this. I think that's the way to do it. As long as our troops will retreat from such places, I'd be willing to almost give up Boston. We can spend reputation. Let's go and take a look at the reputation options. I can spend 20 reputation to get army. It saves 20 days of research. I'm going to do it. Okay, let me have a look at the market here. In storage, we have nearly enough brown best to equip another outfit. That's good. We've got some dragoon carbines in. And there's quite a few Spanish. Okay. So we've not got enough. I like to fully equip a regiment if we're going to do it. Oh, choices. Right, those guys are the weakest in number. We will leave them to hold Fort Stevens. And we will march everything else. Are we going to try and... No, we're not. We're going to go and take... We're going to try and knock out some of these places. We could meet up with the militia from Falmouth, because they look isolated up there at the moment. Okay, let's leave the garrison. And let's get Marcus out. Fort Lovell, let's go. The British will have to take a good force to attack at Boston, and our guys should retreat if we need to. I've also just seen that we've got a load of new supplies in, which is excellent. So Boston, I'm not going to spend money in there because I think that's going to be expensive. We're building a carpenter shop. Newport, that's the schoolhouse. Let me put a carpenter shop in there as well. Spending money to get resources. It is the way. We've got the carpenter shop. What can we do here? Is there anything cool? I don't know what a blacksmith house does. It adds production points that can be assigned to produce goods. Reduces the negative effects of loyalty. Okay, the church is good in a region that's going to take a lot of losses, which Hartford might, because we'll produce a lot of troops there. Merchant stalls for income. Warehouse. Available provision and ammunition storage. What's the armory do? Increases the available ammunition storage space. These are all things that we have to think about. Okay, I'm not going to actually build any of those things. I'm going to save the points, and we're trying to get another factory on the go. Let me have a look at our production management. So, oh, we've built... Right, let me see if I can actually do... Do we have enough? We have no officer, but do I have enough to do this if I were to add these in? So let's just turn that off. We actually have the stock of wagons, so I could do that if we had an officer. Cool. That's worth bearing in mind. Let's also take a look at the prisoners. So at the moment, I mean, all I can see us doing is just selling prisoners for cash. I think having prisoners also gives us construction points and production points. Basically, we're putting them to work. Okay, but I need more factories. Oh, I wonder... Yeah, we've only got 2 guys on that at the moment. Right, I'm going to send someone onto ammunition because we should be making... We should absolutely be doing this. Continuous. We've now got 5... Oh, I bet that's from capturing Boston. That's fantastic. Is there anything else that we can... No, we can't do anything there yet. And we've got the shipyard. Well, amazing. Okay, so we're making ammunition 2 per day. And it looks like we're making 20 per day civilian muskets. That's fine. Okay, we'll set that at 5 and that a maximum of 5 as well. Wait, did that just take all of those out because these are at priority? I think it did. We're going to make ammunition like that. We're going to leave that at that. Okay. That was confusing. Let's also, I think we gather up the rest of our forces that are a bit scattered and see if we can... Fort Saratoga is likely to have a load of heavy enemy there. I think. Fort Rice, maybe not so much. Let's take the force out of the Bennington force, the Albany force. They're not ready. The Hartfield force is. Let's get them out of there if we can. Should I put them in Leicester? Should I put them in Fort Stevens? I'll put them in Leicester. Will I do that? No. Not like that. Oh, we've also got a bonus. We'll take that one. Right, this is empty. Let's go capture Fort Lovell. And we'll pop a little garrison in there. Something might be heading towards Fort Stevens to try and catch me in the back here. If we take a look at the supply routes, now this is really important. So at the moment, Fort Lovell and Fort Stevens aren't in supply because it has to come via Portsmouth. So I would say we need to sort that out. At the same time, Hubberton and Fort Rice aren't in supply for the British because they're getting supplied via Fort Stevens. So Fort Stevens seems to be the critical link. So that looks like it's really important to hold, and we should maybe have 2 units of militia in there. I think these volunteers. You can boost morale by giving them grog. Okay. Negotiating foreign aid. Through discreet channels, the network initiates discussions with sympathetic foreign governments, and we get 144. Brown Bess. Oh, nice. Okay. So the Brown Bess have been delivered. Let us get our guys into Fort Lovell. Which they're going to get hungry there, so I say we go take Portsmouth. And we've got a British army trapped between us at that point. Right, let's see. Who we're going to leave behind. We're going to get the militia from Falmouth down. Let's actually increase... Oh, they get a point. And let's actually increase that. What I do have to be a little bit careful of, wandering around in the wilderness. We're out of ammunition. Okay, that's no good then. Crap, I thought I had some. Let's cancel that. There's a fight at Boston. Okay. So, pause. We're going to put... I'm going to have to put one of these in. Who's the lowest? The John B. Regulars. I think you're going to go into Fort Lovell. Meanwhile, everybody else is going to have to march on Portsmouth. Which isn't going to be a very pleasant experience, but we're going to get joined by the Falmouth militia when I order them out of there. Are they going? They may be going. Yeah, they're going. So Boston we might lose, but I'm hoping that the regiments will be able to get out safely. I do feel like we're maybe in a point where if I concentrated all my forces, that we might... Can I order those up to Leicester? Let's bring them up. If I can concentrate. Hortalez & Co. Rodriguez Hortalez & Company is a corporation established by Louis de Unzaga in May 1775 to coordinate the interests of Spain and France. Its primary purpose was to provide arms and financial assistance to American revolutionaries. Well, at this point, let's take weapons for the army, because that's definitely what we're lacking. What did we actually get there? Let's have a look. Did we... We got 1,000 civilian muskets, so at that point I could have increased the other dudes. Right, we can't see what's going on here, but we have to expect... We've got 2 regiments out. There was a 3rd. The Naughty Beavers and the 1st Maryland Volunteers have made it out. Middlesbrough is a bad place, actually, to... Can I not... I have to send them out first, okay. You're going to go to Providence, and you can rearm over there. There should be another army. I don't think it's made it out, though. That's probably a sign that someone's got killed. Sadowski commanded by... Okay, that was... They've been killed. That's a shame. Boston was lost. Fort Lovell was captured. So I feel like we do have to leave some defences behind. Army innovation is finished. That's good. And you can assign projects at the HQ. Let's take a little look at this. So our next project. If I just go back one, do I want one of these? Officer recruitment is not a bad idea. The Continental Army sounds awesome. We get a +1 generals limit though from this. This sounds more important. Oh yeah, this is the one. Right, we're having that. Because having an extra general means that we can have twice as much vision on the map. Falmouth Militia has moved down. These guys are reinforcing. We have to hope stuff turns up in places. I wonder if Fort Rice is empty. I would say... Yeah, let's fight this battle. Okay. This is one where it looks like we might be able to fully envelop them. We need to draw them in by a weak centre and then get everything else around the side. Let's see if we can do this. Cannons in the middle. Actually, no, let's put them in the tree line for a bit of cover. I don't know if that's going to help or not. I mean, we've got the enemy right in front of us, which is super, super risky. I think they'll see us there. I don't think there's any chance of not being spotted. But we're going to try and go for this maximum envelopment thing. It's a shame everyone is kind of out of position a little bit. We want to be there. Is that right? It's kind of confusing with the map and the way it's displayed. At least I find it a bit of a struggle. Right. Start battle pause. I mean, we need to get marching up behind them if we're going to do this. At the same time, I don't just want to exhaust all my troops for nothing. But if we can storm... Actually, we're going to need to go a bit over here because we may need to like really support those guys. Let's get the gunners out. At least we have some ammunition. I'm going to shoot at the grenadiers because they look to be far the most dangerous here. Let's move in like that. Okay. Are the enemy just going to turn and run? Some seem to be. We need to advance in here. Four kills already. Okay, let's see if we can get canister fire. I've not seen canister in this game so far. I hope we don't have to invent the damn stuff before we can use it. It should have been available at the start of the war. Historically was. Those guys are fleeing. Charge. Uh-oh. Fall back. Come on. Charge. Charge the artillery. We've captured something. That's good. We took a volley. The artilleryman took a volley. That's not good. Let me just see what this wide flanking maneuver over here is going on with. Those guys are still trying to get behind, aren't they? Okay. That's your next objective. It's a mess. It is a mess. Something surrendered here. Brilliant. Get behind. We tried to charge the cannons. We failed. Charge that light infantry. You guys, are they going to surrender? It looks like everything's now retreating. Let me see if I can actually capture something here. We're going to get the cannons, that's for sure. I'm going to have them. We're going to make sure we charge in on those boys. And if everything else is running off, let's do that. So I wasn't able to quite get behind everything like I'd hoped to. But if I can run into the middle... Someone surrendered. Those guys surrendered. Excellent. Make sure we get the cannons. Come on, run. Run, we get the artillery. The Minutemen should be able to run after them pretty well, you would think. Well, the British have decided that it's within their interests not to not to stand and fight. Excellent, we got those. They're pulled out. So more prisoners for us, which is good. Can you charge? Can you charge? I don't know. We're going to try and capture these. They're definitely going slower. I think my guys might be a bit too slow. I don't know. I think we're going to get them now. We've run all the way across the battlefield. I mean, charging the Minutemen in is probably not the wisest idea. Let's get the regular militia in. So the Minutemen having now... Oh, we're okay. We're good. They're routing. And do we have some regulars? So I don't know what the rules are about manning cannons, because sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. I honestly don't know what the rules are. It's confusing. We're not going to capture them now. Halt. So all we're going to do, we'll just fast forward time until we've got the condition back, and we'll jump out and see the results. Okay, pretty decent results again. We're taking far fewer casualties. Oh, we did lose a gun there, which is a shame, but we made up for it with what we've captured. I don't know what quality they are, that's the thing. Looks like they got away with some, so... of course, I don't know if we did actually capture them or if they just lost them. I'm not sure how the game calculates this. So this should give us Portsmouth, which is an excellent result. And a fair trade for Boston. And if we keep picking off British units like this, then this is excellent. This is just what we need. Let's make sure. We do need to spend some time refueling here, I would say.
Press the attack.
Falmouth, looks like Falmouth is... I'm guessing these are the bison, so I'm guessing they are furs or hides they're offering. So now it's going to depend on where the British army is, and do we want to try march straight on into Salem? That's going to be the big question. There is a force down there. The enemy will, I'm sure, be attempted to go for some of our guys elsewhere. Let's see if we can add these in now. We have enough in the arsenal. Excellent. That's good. We'll try and recruit some dudes. I'm really looking forward to getting a bigger army. An extra army, I should say. Portsmouth is about to come back under our control. Excellent. Everybody in there. And let's take a little look at our status. Right. The units. I feel like we're doing quite well. We definitely need to get some resupply. Provisions are particularly low, but at this point, resupply is looking healthier. The British are cut off around here. Fort Rice is getting some supply from Hubberton, I think, or one way or the other. And we do have ammunition stored around the place. You can see now Okay, I think Portsmouth is kind of one of the key ones to hold. Anything with this, does this mean regional capital? I think so. But if we can get Boston and Salem, if we can destroy those Brits out there, that's going to be a fantastic bag. So folks, what are we going to do next? Are we going to try and pile down into Salem with the army, trying to capture it through force of arms? Brute force, that's the spirit. Or are we going to sneak back and take those other forts? Let me know what you think. And of course, if you enjoy these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. And let me know your thoughts on the game as always. I will catch you once again on the next one.